Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to another version of Conversations with Cleo. And I'm really excited today because I have somebody that is one of my favorites. He is an influencer, he's a leader, he's a coach, he is a game changer. And he is someone that I like to describe him as that everything that he does is with purpose. There's no wasted motion with this man. And I'm getting ready to introduce you to Chip Baker. Chip Baker, how are you?
Let's go.
Chip, some people need a cup of coffee, some people need a Dr. Pepper. But you know what? I said you need to have a conversation with Chip. And
Yes,
that will
sir.
get you started. So, Chip, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and why you do what you do.
Well, first, I just want to say thanks so much for having me. I'm grateful that the big man has allowed us to cross paths and come together and get some content because the same sentiments that you said about me are the same that I feel about you. Amazing guy doing amazing things. And so I'm just grateful to be here to share and to be considered. So I consider it an honor. But I am Coach Chip Baker. I'm a fourth generation educator, teacher, former coach. Blessed and fortunate to be raised by some great people as well as be around some awesome folks to learn from in my career. Started my YouTube channel and podcast, The Success Chronicles, about 9 years ago. And what I do is I just interview people from all walks of life and share their stories for positive inspiration and motivation. It's truly been a blessing, truly far surpassed anything I ever thought it would be. A couple years after that, started writing books. To the date, I've published 27 of those. Really been a neat journey, and it brings us to where we are now.
Guys, I think that it's amazing that we should not count the days, but make the days count. And
Mhm.
each and every one of us is born with talent, treasures, and time. Chip is the epitome of making sure that he gets the most of his time. 27 books. I think that's fantastic. And he's
Thank
not
you.
done yet. Chip, there's a couple things I want to ask you. When you talk about, of course, starting your own YouTube channel, being an author, and I know that you're a keynote and public speaker, you do a
Hmm.
lot of different things to influence and impact positively the community and the people that you engage with. What was the spark or the incident that motivated you to create this platform that you have? And it's a multifaceted platform. I'm interested, and I know my audience will be interested in hearing about it too.
I'm like I love people. I love having conversations to learn from people. I think that we can all learn from one another. I think you don't have to have a title or have achieved ginormous things to learn to be able to learn from them, right? And so
Right?
I love music. I love technology. What I did basically, I just kind of put. I love inspiration. I love motivation. So I just put all of those things together and created the Success Chronicles, and that was really um, the driving force for doing that. But more so, when I realized in my life that man, the things that I've been blessed and fortunate to grow through, catch that. The things that I've been blessed and fortunate to grow through in my life,
Right?
I
Grow
could take
through.
those lessons that I learned and use those to be a blessing to others. And so when I learned that, that's when it really, um, lit me on fire because, I know without a shadow of a doubt, the things that I've experienced have not gone in vain. So I strive in all ways to share that with others in hopes to help our world be better. That comes in speaking, that comes in being an educator, that comes in books, that comes in podcasts, um, that comes in however you want to get it. I'm ready to give it to you. Let's go.
You know, folks, Chip has his brand, and everyone has a moniker. And he says, "Let's get it. Let's
Let's
go."
go get
That's
it.
that's not a that's not a static word. That's not a word that is stationary. That's a kinetic word full of action. Chip,
Yes, sir.
I can hear the passion in your voice,
Yes,
and
sir.
one of the things that you've talked about relative to the things that motivated you to get to where you are. I believe in this quote that your net worth is equal to your net work. And
Hmm.
without your network, I don't know where I would be. I think we are
Yeah.
just an accumulation of all of the people that have influenced us
Hmm.
and impact and imparted their experiences as well as time and efforts to make us who we are. When he talks about, I want you to talk about your network and how that helps you leave a legacy. Now, some people talk about leaving a legacy, but you are living a legacy. So how does your network
Yeah.
help you live that legacy?
That is a great question. Um, and I think it's so deep. It's so much to it. I just think that it makes me think of like this a self-reflection first, right? It makes me go back to, making sure that we have core common principles that we believe in, right? And that we operate in those manners, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the situations, like we're gonna do those things in our life, right? And I think that when we have those core common principles by which we operate and we exhibit those traits on a day-to-day basis,
Right?
um, that shows that we are consistent and
Hmm.
people around us trust us, right? And so, oof, this good. You don't get referred unless you're referable. Come
Could
on,
you
wait a
repeat
minute. Let
that?
me hold on.
Now,
Let me
now, can you
hold
repeat
on. Wait a
that?
minute. Let me give them that again. You don't get referred unless you're referable. And what I mean by that is when you operate in those core common principles, what happens is, and you don't know this, you don't realize this. I didn't realize this in my life.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that people around me saw those things, right? I just knew that from my home, I was taught, nah, boy, you're gonna work hard, you're gonna do things the right way, you're gonna treat people right, you're gonna put no, boy, you're gonna do
Yeah,
that. You're gonna put
right,
yourself around good people, you're gonna take care of your business, right? And I've just strived to do that my whole life. And what has happened is as I've experienced more and more in doing that, people around me saw those things, right? And then I would get more and more opportunities from that, right? And then
right.
before you know it, like it's a network,
It is.
right? Right. And so, like, it really just started with and continuing to be, man, just do right, treat people right, strive to do right, because none of us are perfect. I'm certainly not perfect, right? But just strive to do right, work hard, treat people right, put yourself around good people. And what happens is opportunities bring opportunities. And really at the end of the day, that's how we connected,
That's
based
right.
off of opportunities bringing opportunities, of somebody thinking, man, that Chip Baker, he's a good dude. Man, that Cleo Franklin, he's a good dude. Let's
Right,
get these good dudes in the same room to pour into good people, right? And so now look, here we are, working our magic together. And so that's kind of what I feel on that as your question that you asked. It's so important to have great people in your life,
right.
to pour into you and think enough of you, because, like I said, you are referable.
You mentioned about you're not referred unless you're referable. And I
Yes,
I
sir.
believe that your brand is not what they say about you when you're in the room. It's what they say about you when you leave the room.
Yeah.
And how you represent yourself really will more or less, how can I say, represent itself in reality. And to be able to do the things to be referable is all basically predicated on your network. So, Chip, thanks so much for that.
Hmm. Yes,
Now, there's
sir.
another question I got for you, and it's a segue. We all deal with challenges, and you
Hmm.
mentioned about not being perfect. We're all imperfect. We have flaws, we
Hmm.
have challenges. I want to know what is one of the challenges that you've dealt with, but that you still have to manage to this day. For example, for me, one of my challenges that I deal with is that I'm a very impatient man
Mm.
and I need to practice patience because I'm not patient. So that's something I struggle with every day, and I'm reminded by that by my wife and my family. Well, what's one of the challenges that you struggle with that challenge you
Yeah,
to this very day?
I think I'm just gonna say, um I don't know if I would say that I struggle with it, but I think it's a challenge that I'm striving to master, if you will.
There you
I
go.
think that for me that is a living and learning, right?
Hmm.
And so I'll go back and just say, for me, I feel that that's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress on that, because I think, a lot of times, like, you think about the Instagram and the social media and the 27 books and
Yeah,
we see the highlights,
right,
right? But what we don't know is that, there's a whole lot of things that were low lights that have really helped me be the person that I am today. And really, those things that happen in our life that really cut us to the core,
right.
that nobody else sees, those are the things that really make us strong and resilient,
Yes,
right? And so, for me, I'm just striving to live and learn each day. And I think that having the awareness, right? And a prime example of that is, just, we're, like you said, we are going to make mistakes on things, patience, time management, all of those things. When you have errors in that, then you reflect and say, well, Chip, you didn't do very good on that. Like, you tripping, like, you got to be better on that, And so
yeah,
now, the
yeah.
next time, because you're gonna face that situation again in your life, or even better, you're gonna know someone that will face that situation in life. And so, how you handle it the next time determines how you have grown to live and learn.
Wonderful, Chip. That's great. You talk about those challenges. I believe in having a personal board of directors,
Mm,
and they keep me honest. They
yeah.
are able to uncover those things that are a shadow side that we can't see. And these are the things you're talking
Hmm.
about. In the great advice of the philosopher Ice Cube, as he would say, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. And one way to check yourself before you wreck yourself is having that network or that
Yeah.
good, always accessible, honest, brutally honest, frank board of directors and people that will keep you on the track, which you have, which,
If you don't
yeah,
mind, like,
please, please.
it's funny too, because that great philosopher that you follow, Ice Cube, I follow him too. And I like his work, his body of work. It's amazing,
Yes.
right? And I believe that, like, when we can do those things, like we've talked about, live and learn, and
Hmm.
have the board of directors around you, and know that it's bigger than you, and just be open and honest and willing to be the best version of yourself. I think that we can be proud and follow the quote when he said that today was a good day.
And you know what? It is a good day.
It is a great day.
Chip, these are some great gems. Great gems. Give me three words. And if you want to use more than three to five words that best describe you and the things that you do.
Uh, I'm a simple guy. Um, but if I had to choose three words that best describe me, I think those words would be go get it.
Go get it. Well,
And and what I mean by that is
I love it.
that
I
is
love
my
it.
tagline, like you said. That's my
Right.
thing. I don't know if you can see that. Go
Yeah.
get it.
Go
Right.
get it. There it is
Uh
right there. There it is.
yeah. But for me, it's the go is actions, right? Like, you have to take the steps, right? You, like, no significant success is gonna come to you. Like,
Right.
you gotta go make it happen. And when you get, is that's the achieving of it, right? That's the achieving the things that you want to achieve. And it can be whatever it is you want it to be, and that's your choice. So you have to know in your life that whatever it is you want to do, see, be, hear, achieve, uh whatever, you can go get it, and you're capable of that.
You know, people have asked me sometimes, and you just mentioned this to go about going to get it and getting it. I believe in, don't wait and instead create. But the
Hmm.
other thing is that I'm very proud of my degree, and it's a GSD, which I know you have a PhD, and that is get stuff done. That's why you're able to go get it. And this
All
question
right.
is one that I want you to project yourself as you are, and I want you to talk to me as a young Chip Baker. And I want you to give me some advice because hindsight's 2020. I'm not asking the Monday morning quarterback, but I want you to give some advice to your younger self. And the audience, I want them to catch some of the things that, quite frankly, they can learn and apply themselves. What advice would that be?
So good. I love that question. I think we kind of touched on that a little bit earlier for me in the interview. Um, but I think it starts with having core common principles,
Yes,
right? A lot of times as we're growing and achieving things and um, we learn a lot about the world, right? If you will, but the most important thing is learning about yourself, right? And so when we can learn about ourselves, um, it allows us to navigate the world in a great way, right? In a way that we're proud of. And so for me, I think it starts with just having those core common principles. And for me, work hard, do right, treat people right, put yourself around good people, take care of your business. And I think when you can have those core common principles and then every moment of every day operate in those, right? Like be highly focused on operating in your core common principles because what happens is organically you eliminate the distractions. Organically, the noise, you cancel out the noise, right?
that's right.
uh like a while back when I was growing up, we had those little headphones that you put over, right? And then they started doing the pods, right?
Yeah, the
And
Sony
then
Walkman.
they started doing those big ones where you put over your ear and you put them
Right,
on,
right.
and it's that's how I like music. I said that earlier. Yeah, yeah, I love music, right? So when you put the headphones on and it cancels everything out, and you can really hear the music.
Really.
Like you can I can hear that piano, I can hear the drums, I can hear the I can hear those vocals, right? And so when you operate in those core common principles, you organically cancel the noise, which allows you to hear, feel, see effectively, if you will, in your life. And
Yeah,
so, man, I would just say have those core common principles. Just operate in them every day. And if I was telling young Chip advice, I would say, man, just keep doing what you're doing, right? Um, what you're doing is great, and it's gonna surprise you with what you're gonna accomplish because you're gonna keep doing what you're doing. And so I say that to those two for advice. Just keep doing what you're doing. Live and learn. Don't be afraid to live and learn. Go experience. Go get it.
go get it. Listen, my podcast, Conversations with Cleo, is all about, introducing and engaging ordinary people who are doing
Yeah.
extraordinary things. And Chip Baker, you are one of those individuals that you said, simple guy that is really making a large impact. How do people get in contact with you, my friend?
So all of my social media is at Chip Baker TSC, as in the Success Chronicles, except for X, and X is at Chip Baker 19. And so I'm on all platforms, whatever your platform or your liking is. I don't want to be any excuse for you not to get this positive inspiration and motivation. So, and the main thing that people say, hey, like, subscribe, follow, and that's fine and all. But I
Right.
just ask that if you see or hear something there that you feel that will be beneficial to someone you care about, I ask that you would just share with them in hopes to make our world a better place.
Fantastic. And Chip, your latest book is, do you have a copy there? Latest
I
book is coming.
do.
Yeah,
My
please.
latest. I just might have a bam
Bam, oh,
a copy. Hey, let me get out the light right there
game.
of Game. This is my most recent book, Generational Applicable Messages for Everyone. It's a 52-week devotional, so it has quotes, reflective journal lines where you can
Mhm.
write in it, verses, Bible verses as well. And so I'm really proud of this one. You have to have me on a different time, and I can share with you
Oh,
uh, the behind the scene of why I wrote this one. It's pretty good.
we're gonna do we're gonna do a go get it part two. And
Boom.
Chip, thanks so much. And game recognizes game.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
blessings to you in abundance, brother, and continue to help people out there in the world go get theirs because it's waiting for them. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Mr. Chip Baker.
Thanks for having me. Go get it.